Sudden moments of realization, or eureka phenomena, are maybe the climax of unconscious intelligence operations. Almost every great story of success has one of these eureka moments in which somebody suddenly finds out a solution to a problem that seemed impenetrable before. In this video, we will give you 4 tips to help your unconscious mind maintain its function at the highest possible level. Stay tuned until the end, we've saved the best one for last. Number 1. Use priming. Priming is the effect of previous information on the perception and assessment of subsequent information. In priming, specific thoughts and behaviors are activated without you being aware of them. If I show you a picture of a doctor, your brain automatically activates similar information related to this concept. It might trigger the memory of a time you were sick and visited your doctor, or maybe you suddenly remember a friend of yours or somebody you know who is a doctor. So priming can start a train of thoughts that can change your mental and emotional state. Now look around you, everything you own and everyone you interact with on a daily basis can prime your behavior. While it is impossible to control every object and person related to you, there are ways that you can expose yourself to more positive priming stimuli. You can start by changing the background of your phone or computer to a more vibrant picture. You can also feed your unconscious brain with positive words in your conversations or self-talk. Remember, each time you use a word or see a picture, your brain automatically picks up on that and starts to retrieve related memories and emotions. Seeing or hearing a word about a book you recently read or a concept you learned before can trigger a thought that might actually be relevant to your current issues. Priming does not have to be random, and you can use it to your advantage. You can train your mind to make unconscious associations by developing rituals and habits. For example, if you wear a specific perfume each time you study for an exam, smelling the same perfume on the exam can help you remember the material better. Don't be shy. Try to use as many objects and behaviors as your prime in a goal-directed manner. Tip number 2. Don't force your brain. In order for the unconscious mind to make sense of our experiences and offer appropriate solutions, it should be provided with valid and correct information. This information often comes from our conscious efforts when we try to learn something new. Whenever you are focused on a task and actively trying to learn something or solve a problem, your brain deals with the information one at a time. This one-by-one approach to considering information is called sequential processing and is useful because it will help you devote more attention to the task at hand when you have no other clear goals at that moment. From an evolutionary perspective, pressure and stress means immediate danger. That's why under pressure and stress, our brain uses processes that can act faster and consider more than one possibility at once. By putting pressure on your system, you force your brain to go through parallel processing when you are trying to learn actively and consciously. This has 2 consequences. The first one is that you will form memories that are distorted or biased. You might even start to associate the information you gathered under pressure with the stress, instead of the content of that information. A second consequence of pressure relates to the so-called rebound effect, in which the suppression of a particular thought results in the subsequent increased return of that unwanted thought. So you have to repeat the task many times. This will make you more prone to distraction and perturbs the balance between controlled and automatic processing. Remember, your unconscious mind needs valid input to function appropriately. Number 3. Learn new skills and topics. Each area of knowledge has its own way of approaching a phenomena and uses a specific method. Consequently, different parts of the brain are involved in processing information related to these areas. By learning different approaches, we can expand our knowledge and develop skills that can be applied to different situations. Moreover, learning new skills and topics can help us develop new connections between various parts of our brains. This can train our minds to think in new ways and develop new strategies to solve problems. The new perspective that we gain in this way can be especially beneficial when dealing with complex tasks that require creative solutions. Learning new skills and topics is also a way to stay engaged and motivated. When we learn new skills, we often receive positive feedback from others. This can boost our self-esteem and make us feel more intelligent and capable. We are then more likely to be active and attentive when new challenges arise, knowing that we have the resources to face them confidently. Recent studies show that high motivation can increase the speed of implicit learning and its coming to awareness. So being more motivated, and gaining a more comprehensive sense of the possible solutions, offers your unconscious brain more resources. This translates into better parallel processing, and hence, more eureka moments. Before we get to the final tip, if you enjoyed this video and like to support us, subscribe to our channel. Number 4. Learn in the daytime and review during the night. Your general energy level dips as you go through the day. During the day, you are more attentive and focused, and able to absorb new information better than when you're tired and distracted. Taking advantage of this natural energy cycle helps you make the most of your learning time. When you learn in the daytime, you can break up the material into smaller, more manageable chunks. That way, you don't feel overwhelmed by the amount of material, and you can focus on understanding the material more deeply. At the end of the day, when your energy is lower, the activity of your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for concentration, begins to decrease. This state of diffused attention clears the way for more flexible ways of thinking and creativity. When you review at night, you can go back over the material, look for patterns, and try to apply it in different settings to better understand the material. Try to finish the review process at least half an hour before going to bed, because being preoccupied with some idea can interrupt your sleep. Remember, sleeping is also important for memory consolidation, mental clarity, and the construction of associations between ideas. We hope you enjoyed this video and used them to boost your performance. Here is a summary of all the tips we gave you today. Cheers!